let's start then. So nice to meet you. Thank you so much for coming here. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Thanks for having me.
Today you're in Schaffhausen. You have a concert with Northlane, your band. What made you come to Schaffhausen?
I mean, Switzerland's a beautiful country, and we're always just trying to explore all over the place, I guess. So we had a bit of time between some shows, and we wanted to make a little stop off here.
We're not used to having big bands like yours here,
cool.
so that's why I'm asking this question that way. Have you seen some of the city yet? I guess not.
A little bit. I'm not heaps yet. I have seen our tour manager showed us there's some kind of like pool thing on the water that I think I'm going to try and stop by later because it's so hot.
Oh, the Ribani maybe.
Yes, I think
it's great.
That looks cool. So, but yeah, I haven't had too much of a chance yet.
Okay, do you plan on exploring the city or?
Yeah, I think maybe once we're finished here, I'll go for a little walk. We've got a few hours before the show starts, so yeah, maybe need some recommendations afterwards.
I'll give you some. That's no worries. Yeah, so you've been to Switzerland quite a lot in the last few years. Do you like it here?
Absolutely. Like I said, it's such a beautiful place, and we always have fun playing shows here. So it's sometimes hard to get over here, I guess. It's sometimes a bit of it's off the path of the tour. So any chance we get, though, we'll have to come back.
So what are the Swiss crowds like? You play in front of a lot of Swiss crowds. Are they any different than maybe our colleagues in France or Germany?
Yeah, I mean, from what I remember, at least the last time, it was pretty crazy. But I don't know, everyone's a bit different, I guess. We haven't been here before. I feel like even within a country, city to city, it can be a bit different. So I'm excited to see what they have tonight.
And we talked about it earlier. Right now it's summer in Europe. Mm-hmm. In Australia it's winter.
Yes.
Are you enjoying European summer?
I am. I mean, usually when we're on tour, we're usually over in Europe in the winter. So we usually miss our summer back home sometimes. So it's good to be here in the heat. It's a lot hotter than I was expecting, though. Is it? Yeah. It feels like it's pretty crazy at the moment, but I'm enjoying it.
It's not normal.
Yes.
So usually we have like 25 degrees max.
Yeah.
But I really like it that way, so I think it can stay.
Absolutely.
So you've been playing a lot of festival shows this tour as well. What do you like more, festivals or like small kindish venues, like today maybe in Kammgarn?
They both have kind of their ups and downs, I guess. I guess for a smaller show or like a venue, it's a lot more intimate, and you also know that the people there are kind of there to see your band. They're not there just to see all the bands that are playing that day. We have gotten a chance to play like a lot of cool festivals on this tour, but it's always nice to kind of then come into the safe space of like a Northlane crowd. So I don't know. Maybe I'll lean towards the smaller shows. Yeah.
Do you feel the difference in the crowd? Yeah,
definitely. I think at a festival, the kind of front of the crowd is like super into it, but then as it goes back, they're kind of just standing there, which is what I would do as well. I'd probably just stand and watch. But with a show like tonight, it's usually everyone's moving, everyone's kind of really getting into it because that's, I guess it was their choice to come and see us. So usually they put a lot of energy into it.
I get that. So you have a few shows left in Europe and afterwards you'll go to Asia. Are you excited?
Very excited. Yeah, we're going to a lot of places we've not been before. Going to India, which is pretty crazy. I don't know what to expect from that. So that's really exciting, as well as Thailand. I've never been to Thailand either, actually. So that'll be really cool. But then Japan and Singapore we've played before, and I love going back there. So yeah, looking forward to it. I hear it's going to be really hot there as well, though.
I think way hotter than here.
Yeah. So have to pack a lot of shorts.
But do you like the hot weather, or are you more like a winter guy?
I feel like I get sick of the hot weather after a little while. Like I really like it at first. I guess I don't have to live in it as much as maybe Europeans do, where it gets really, really cold. But for me, I mean, it's just sometimes it's too hot, you just can't cool down. At least in the winter, you can kind of just keep putting clothes on and warming up. But yeah, I do love it when it comes back around, though. It kind of gets to the end of each part. If it gets to the end of winter, I'm like, oh, I wish summer was here, and vice versa. So
I get that, totally do. So when we got back to touring, you've toured quite a lot. You have been in Northlane now for over 10 years, so you've toured over a decade. What did you learn over the past few years of touring? What changed maybe?
That's a good question. For me, when I first joined Northlane, I feel like I was still young and had a lot of, not a lot of energy, but I was able to kind of just do whatever I wanted and kind of be able to still wake up the next day and play a show. I feel like I've had to stop maybe partying as much as I've gotten older. So I don't really drink or anything on tour unless it's like an off day or anything. Otherwise, I'll wake up the next day and feel pretty terrible.
Hungover.
So for me, it's more like, I've kind of learned to lean into that and enjoy just playing the shows and enjoy kind of exploring the places that we go and visit. Getting a lot of sleep. Honestly, it's just the boring stuff. Just getting older and having to just take care of yourself a bit more.
And while we're kind of in the terrible memory thingy, what's the worst memory you have of tour?
Oh, well, that will relate to partying too much, which was, we once played a festival called Hellfest, and let's just say they were giving out too many drink tokens that day. And it got towards the end of the day, and I was trying to walk between stages to go watch, I think it was Linkin Park at the time. But a car was coming down the road, so I walked off to the side, and there was like this kind of rock ditch, there's there's lots of loose stones. And I walked in there and like twisted my ankle really, really bad, to the point where I had to be on crutches for the rest of the tour.
Oh God.
So that's also part of the reason why I've been like, I can't be partying as much anymore, because I don't want to end up in a dumb situation like that again.
A lesson well learned.
Exactly. So for me, that was, the kind of pain that came from having to like still play shows and stand on my foot after doing that. I'm like, I've got to chill out a bit.
Also, you're quite wild on stage. You like to jump around and stuff, so I think that's horrible for you.
Absolutely. And I still, even with my ankle being messed up, I would just kind of strap my shoe on and then still do it. So I'm sure that kind of didn't help my foot heal at all, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
Exactly. Live in the moment.
Exactly.
And while we're at it, what's the best memory you have of tour?
Best memory?
If you have one.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to say, because for me, just being in a touring band and being able to still do this 10 years later, it's not that they all kind of mesh together, but it's just the fact that I get to do that and come over to Europe and play these festivals where people still want to come see us, or come to Switzerland and be able to like have a little headline show here or whatever it is. I feel like it all kind of just is still amazing to me. So I just feel very lucky that we get to do this and people are still on board.
I imagine it's quite hard as well, though, because you're so far away from home. What keeps you motivated on tour?
Well, for me, I think like as a band, we're like very tight. Like we're all really good friends, and just being able to all kind of feel maybe the same thing of being homesick or whatever. Like we're all going through the same feelings, and like I said, you do have to kind of reflect and be like, well, it's pretty crazy that we get to do this. And we've all got like amazing like families and partners back home who are really supportive of it. And for me, it's just so exciting that we get to do this, and that we've got people who aren't like worrying about us back home. It's nice.
That sounds great. So while you guys are on tour, do you keep writing new music, or is it after the tour? What's your process?
Well, John, our guitarist, who's kind of the main writer of the music and stuff, he's constantly like on his laptop just working on stuff. So we're kind of chipping away at some stuff at the moment. I try to write a little bit of like vocal stuff while we're away, and it's kind of good to be around the other guys so we can bounce ideas off each other. But I guess it is also quite it's quite like a busy schedule being on tour and maybe not always in the right like headspace to be diving into writing. But whenever we get a chance, we're trying to keep doing that. Yeah.
Well, you just put out a song last November. But still, when can we expect new music from Northlane?
It's looking like we'll probably put something out early next year or something like that. But once again, we're not trying to rush getting it out and making sure that we want to make sure it's all like perfect before we do it. Which is also, it's good to have that freedom to be able to not just be like, we need to have it out by the end of the year or something. It's, so as soon as we can, but it's looking maybe next year.
Awesome. So for my last question, I'll do this interview for a show called Rocksofa. And it's more like in a general metal zone and alternative, not really metalcore.
Yeah.
So if people don't know Northlane now, what song should they listen to get to know Northlane? What's your recommendation?
I think for like to dip your toe into it as your first kind of thing, maybe a song like Bloodline, which has kind of like a new metal-y vibes to it. It has a bit of singing in it as well. Or a song like Dante as well. I think they're good songs to kind of get you maybe on board, and then you can kind of dive deeper and check out some of the heavier stuff, like maybe even a song like Talking Heads, which is a bit heavier but also has that kind of new metal-y bounce to it. So maybe those are the songs I'd recommend.
What song do you like the most, or do you like to perform the most?
Ooh.
Is there an answer even to this question?
Yeah, it kind of changes, to be honest. It changes over time. But maybe a song like Talking Heads. I feel like it's got a bit of everything, and I feel like it's a song that gets the crowd going quite a lot, so that kind of bounces back onto me as well, and it makes me just like really enjoy playing it.
So I guess I'll be hearing this song today.
I think you will, yes.
Okay, great. And in general, just what can I expect from today?
I think you can expect, a lot of energy, a lot of electronic kind of crossed metal, as well as we've got like a few little things that we do that they're kind of live only kind of things, which I don't want to spoil too much, but there's maybe some like mashups type kind of thing. So I think it's a set that will kind of span kind of all of our music, I think.
Great. I'm excited. Thank you so much.
No worries. Thanks for having me.